Also, I guess we can keep it on the conservative party because JD Vance has pretty much been in the news all week. And he's just been getting criticized left and right. There's just been so much being uncovered about JD Vance. And also, it seems like a lot of Republicans are very
angry.
Yeah, angry at Trump's selection of him. I guess we could start off with his comments regarding childless Americans.
You go on Twitter, and almost always the people who are most deranged and most psychotic are people who don't have kids at home.
Americans such as myself, who were responsible and used prophylactics and came up with $500 when we needed it. We're responsible adults. However, in the minds of...
This nigga here is hilarious. This nigga is doing a motherfucking infomercial and everything. Nigga, like this is
I'm listening
hilarious.
to him. I'm listening to him.
Yeah. I'm just saying, man.
He done brought out the infomercial for y'all.
I can't help it. I'm reading.
Responsible adult.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I am a responsible
He made sure that he did not have anything he wasn't supposed
to have.
And now he's being criticized by a conservative for actually doing it the right way.
So, yeah, I bet JD Vance would like Pookies and Ray Rays.
You
know?
big dummy.
Yeah, but anyway, JD Vance was popping shit about childless Americans.
The $500 was just for the test, though. You got to make sure it's yours. You just got to make sure it's yours.
No. That's so no. That 500 is so we don't even get to that part. I'm trying to be.
I was trying. Though. I tried.
Robin Moore said 500. Really?
Hey, I tried for you, bro.
Robin, I don't know what it is now with inflation. This was well over 10 years ago. I don't know the price now.
See what happened when you leave us alone. Shout out to Kelly Joe, man.
Shout out to
Kelly would be here to regulate. So
And she would be pissed too, probably.
I don't know. I do not know the price now.
Oh my God.
I'm just, hey, I'm a responsible person. That's all I'm going to say. But JD Vance was pissing off a lot of people throughout the
week.
Yeah, throughout the week. Sorry, I had a brain fart.
It's all right.
Yeah, I thought about how old he would be. That's fucked up. Okay. Yeah, he basically got at Jennifer Aniston. Yo, Buddha's laughing and it's throwing me off. So Jennifer Aniston was open about what?
I'm shaking.
Now you know Branson gonna be here now. He gonna be mad.
Hey, I call him back here and answer the phone.
Oh, he gonna like y'all look, y'all
started
niggas,
too late.
y'all niggas need to hurry up, man. Y'all need to hurry up. Shit.
Hold on.
Damn, I got some pussy cover up. Y'all need to hurry up, goddammit. Taking too damn long.
I'm sorry.
Motherfucker.
Yo, Buddha's throwing me off. I'm trying to be like all serious in here and he's just cracking. Man, fuck that. Y'all look at Buddha.
Yeah.
Look, I gotta look at this shit while I'm trying to do it serious.
Jennifer Aniston.
That's fucked up.
Oh, yeah, he got it.
You got to stop the infomercial. You got to stop.
We had to have a
I can't. How can I do the news staring? Okay, hold on. This is our most unprofessional show yet.
Wow. Alrighty.
The sound fucked up, the mic off, every.
Like that nigga got the mic in the damn couch, nigga, like it's a fucking holder.
Okay, you know what I did? I stopped beating myself up on it because you weren't there when we went live. What's the first thing I do when we go live? I lean and I look at the meters and I make sure you weren't here when we actually went live. You left during the countdown.
I had to go step outside.
Yeah, so that's why I didn't look at the meter and see your mic was
But no,
off.
we did it. No, you
No. As soon as we were about to go live, you said I got to step out.
Yeah.
I waited a second and we went live.
Yeah. No,
But obviously it wasn't working there.
Yeah. No, I got to explain that because that was fucking with me. I'm like, how did I miss that? That is something I can control. I can't control the delay.
And back to news.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That threw me off. You see how relentless I am. I'm sitting over here like, how the fuck did I miss that? Jennifer Aniston slams JD Vance because he referred to Americans as childless cat ladies, women who don't have children as childless cat ladies, or as I call them, my exes. And he was saying, zing. She was basically discussing her fertility struggles, and she was pretty much upset he said this. It was a clip from back in 2021 in which he said the United States was being run by a bunch of childless cat ladies. And he said, I truly can't believe this is coming from the potential vice president of the United States, Aniston wrote. So he did have a speech that was uncovered and brought to light, I guess, this week, where he was just basically saying childless Americans should have less of a right in the voting democracy process.
When you go to the polls in this country as a parent, you should have more power. You should have more of an ability to speak your voice in our democratic republic than people who don't have kids. Let's face the consequences and the reality.
And this was met with a lot of criticism.
Right. So see how people be trying to talk shit about goddamn Kamala. You look at JD Vance. Everything he talked about is going to come up. So the thing about it is, people, like I said, let the process play itself out. I guarantee.
Yes.
That AKA from what school she came from?
The real HU?
Howard University.
Yeah.
I guarantee.
I'm sorry, Hampton. Howard is the real HU. Yeah. How many people know Hampton University versus Howard University? Well, this is just to sidetrack the convo.
Yeah, the only reason I know is because my homeboys used to go to Hampton.
That's it. Isn't Howard more well known?
Well, it all depends on where you live at geographically. So if you live in the northeastern part of the country, you would know about Howard more than you would about Hampton. Yeah.
I think everybody knows about Howard over Hampton.
I didn't. Nope.
You know why a lot of niggas know about Hampton, though?
Why? Iverson?
No.
Fucking Envy always talks about this shit on the show.
Envy went to Hampton?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Hampton was a shit back in the day.
Hampton used to be the shit.
They was shit in football now.
I don't remember Hampton being all that till the night.
They was running shit.
They were?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. In the 90s.
Over Howard?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's the bias.
And I didn't know about Hampton until I came here in the South.
But you knew about Howard, though.
Yeah, because I'm from Jersey.
But see, I knew about both. See, I don't understand that, though. Both is either because it's either Virginia shit or it's DC shit. You know what I mean? Because like,
I grew up in
Howard
the DMV,
DC,
so all I know is
Maryland.
Howard.
Yeah, well, like I said, if you in the Northeast corridor, you're gonna know about the black universities in the northern sector more than the southern part of the country. You feel what I'm saying? Like for instance, before I moved here to North Carolina, I didn't know about Shaw and Central and all that. I
didn't know it either.
Right, I knew about Lincoln because that's in PA. A lot of my cousins went to Lincoln University. That's a HBCU school. I knew about Howard. You know what I'm saying? So I knew about those. I knew about the HBCU schools in
all the way up north. Y'all niggas weren't talking about FAMU.
Well, that's because of the band.
But
right, so now we specifically said Hampton.
Yes.
I didn't know nothing about them until I moved here, and then like I said, I'm in football.
Oh yeah.
And the correlation.
Their sports program was
right, exactly. In the early '90s, they shit was running shit. I can't speak for the '80s because I wasn't in, but the '90s, they was running shit. So that's how I knew about them. So it's all about learning, geographic learning, all that different shit. But
niggas need to get out. We have to travel more. We have to get out of our home states, our hometown. We have to travel. That's everybody.
That's why I left Maryland.
Yeah, that's why I left Jersey.
Hey, I was
not about yours.
I've been all up and down the coast, yo.
Nigga, I knew if I didn't leave Maryland at 18, I'd be there forever. And Maryland's not bad. I just didn't want to be comfortable my whole life or familiar with everything.
Yeah, Jersey ain't just got the highest tax on the East Coast. That's
okay.
Where we was at though?
We were talking about JD Vance. See how boring he is? He just talking about him.
We veer off.
You know what's even worse? You know who I started thinking about when you said JD Vance?
Who?
Mike Pence.
Oh yeah.
But he's worse than Mike Pence.
No, but this is what I mean by you taint the whole shit. Mike Pence was a well-known,
Ass kisser.
well-regarded conservative.
Ass kisser.
Yeah.
I'm just saying in general.
Yeah,
No.
You're right.
Closeted
You're talking about vice
homosexual.
president.
You right.
You're talking about vice president. Pitch.
You right. You talking about
I'm
when he
just
was as
talking about
governor.
When he was a
When he was the governor.
He
You
was
right.
a respected
He had-
politician.
You right.
Values.
He got
stuck
body of
to
work.
it. Put that nigga on this dude's lap. Oh, yes, sir, Mr. President. Yes, sir, Mr.
Well, JD Vance, he
Dude,
haven't been in
all
office
he got
long.
is another one. You got a pussy grabber, and now a nigga that's like, oh well, I scare these bitches. You know what I mean? Like you ain't cat ladies. What the fuck, nigga? This what we on?
This is the reason why you gotta vote for Kamala.
So this is what this election's about to be like.
Yeah, it's gonna be like that.
And of
you
course-
you got the damn mudslingers.
Yes.
And you know what I'm
Versus
going to
the
hate?
prestigious.
You know what I'm going to hate as far as this whole elect? It's going to be a whole bunch of these goofy ass people now. It's going to have these cats. It's probably going to be some dudes out here that's going to bring their dogs and their cats. Like, there's going to be a whole bunch of goofy ass shit right now.
I mean, there's
for the
already
rest of this
goofy ass shit
political
going on. They
cycle,
wearing the
man.
band-aids on their ear,
Well,
paper
whole
on their
bunch
of
ear,
Nelly ass.
Yeah,
representing,
that Nelly
copying
ass
Nelly
shit.
and shit. You know, like I said,
This
y'all forever stealing shit. Get your own shit too, bro.
shit is going to be so
Yeah, white folks
goofy,
always
man.
stealing black people's
They
shit.
don't
man.
turn politics into entertainment.
Damn.
That's how they got people involved. You
Y'all
know, they were like,
niggas.
we have to figure out a way to get people involved in politics. And that's what it is. I think they finally cracked the code. It was like, we need an entertainer. We gotta make this shit entertaining somehow, some shit.
Well, he's an
some
entertainer
fashion.
and he can be controlled by
I'm just
by
saying in
catering
general-
to his.
I'm just talking about Trump now.
That's what I'm talking about.
Who
He's
the
an
fuck
enter-
controlling Trump?
huh?
Who's controlling his record?
Oh, you controlling him when you cater to what the fuck he want. If you kiss his ass, or if you pay him money and shit, yeah, you catering to his ass all day. You got his attention. Mm-hmm. That's the playbook. That's the playbook with Trump. Trump likes to be liked. He likes
likes to
and
be
loves,
coddled, yeah.
digital hugs and shit. He a pussy. That's all. That's what he just is. He a damn pussy. You want a pussy in chief. You want a pussy grabbing in chief. That's what y'all want.
Oh, speaking of that, it looks like JD Vance, they did release an article about how he was writing his book, Hillbilly Elegy. And he mentioned in the book that he was having issues with his sexuality. He reveals a childhood belief that he was gay.
Oh, is this the dude that thought he was gay and had the revelation?
I am delivered.
The hypocrisy,
This
boy.
is him?
Yeah, that's him.
Yes. The hypocrisy.
Yeah.
See, this is what happens when you mix politics and Christianity or religion
It's
in
just
together.
religion in general.
It's just messy.
But
Oh, you
evangelicals are
know
so
he's a
the worst.
weirdo.
He is,
yeah, he was gay. So look what he's telling you, dumb motherfuckers. He really is a gay ass motherfucker. He gay as hell.
Okay, he said
What
yeah.
was the other shit? He ain't gay. He's
pansexual.
either pan or cis or some shit. Ain't that it?
Just I call him deviant.
Pansexual mean you fuck anybody.
Anything.
Don't matter.
The goddamn dog could catch
He's
it.
in the community.
Okay, so because basically he's saying he was influenced by a preacher's condemnation of homosexuality and feared he was destined for hell simply because he disliked girls and cherished his friendship with another boy. Vance's grandmother, yes,
Just read that line over right there.
that's it.
Read that line over.
He
right there.
feared he was destined for hell because he disliked girls and cherished his friendship with another boy. I mean, yeah, that's
So as a heterosexual man,
Yeah.
you are too.
yeah,
Right?
yes,
Have you ever was infatuated over your homeboys? And
Never.
shit? They like
never.
you ain't like women, you ain't like girls. Like, have you ever had that thought even came across your mind?
Nah.
So you dumb motherfuckers out there, y'all hear if those who don't read, right? We are reading for you, okay? We are reading this shit for you.
Yeah.
So the motherfucker just basically admit he like balls and
Yeah.
dick. He don't that dark skinned woman that he got. That's just a sideshow. That's just another way of saying he like them boys. He like them boys. So all them damn Republicans always talk about Democrats fucking pedos and shit like that. That's a pedo right there.
Yeah.
Who talks like that? Who
Well,
even thinks like that?
In addition to that, of course, he has become a staunch opponent of the LGBTQ and restricting transgender rights. So, of course, That's how he deals with it. He's also changed his identity twice. He was born James Donald Bowman and changed his last name to Hamill from his stepfather before choosing the name Vance to honor his grandmother.
Now listen to that shit. Look. You got a confused ass supposedly vice president candidate.
Yeah.
He's confused.
Oh, he's
the nigga
very
don't
confused.
know whether he want pussy or dick.
No, he knows. He just don't want to tell you.
Yeah, right. He's telling you.
No, he's in the community. That's all it is.
The nigga telling you. He said, I ain't like girls. I like boys. I like my friend. You know what I'm saying? So he got this look, he ain't got no white woman. He got a more dark little Indian woman. You know what I'm saying? He trying to hide he trying to hide his fascination for men. That's what the fuck he just saying.
Yeah.
Ain't no born red-blooded heterosexual man gonna sit here and say I wasn't fascinated by a man.
I've never had that issue.
I think about pussy. I think about pussy. I don't know.
You remember that scene in Purple Rain when Apollonia showed her tits? Mm-hmm. Nigga, I was like 3 or 4, pausing the VCR to stare at them titties. I knew I liked pussy before I even knew what pussy was.
We said
I do it too. When you play the game, catch a girl, get a girl. The first game that you was able to touch on a girl.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, come on.
How to go get it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like, who the that nigga gay, yo?
Yeah, because if you having those type of feelings, you're gay.
And then look, let me tell you why he gay.
That mean he was trying to go high to go get it with his boys.
Yeah, exactly. So let me tell you why he gay.
Playing house with the boys.
Look, he fighting so hard to take away LGBTQ rights and shit like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was hilarious.
We got another motherfucker that's like that. And we got is he up on Elon Musk?
Oh yeah.
We got another motherfucker.
That.
They be talking. Anybody who talks so hard against whether it's interracial dating or whether it's gay rights and stuff like that. 9 times out of 10 in their family, they got whatever they arguing about. They don't like. They got it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why it's a fact. Now my company that I had, I was going
Alpha
around,
Dogs,
right? Well, this is the other one. Mobile detailing. All right. So
Mobile
this one right here. I went to a customer home to sanitize their vehicle, right? As soon as I pulled up, before I got on his property, I see a long ass pole, and up on that pole, up on that flag, he has a Confederate flag. I said, God damn. Yeah. I said, you know what? I'm about to go get this motherfucking money. You feel what I'm saying? So guess what? I went in, took my black ass up in there. I ain't gonna front now. I was nervous as hell because I don't know what this cracker was gonna think, gonna do, none of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? So, hey, went up in there. You know what I saw?
What's that?
All his grandkids was half black and white.
I believe it.
All his grandkids. He had 3 of them. Love them to death, too, on top of that.
He ain't got no choice.
Of course he don't. Because, you know what I'm saying? Those people who speak so strong against different venues, stuff like that, they attracted, or they have a family member in their household that's one or the other. Either they're gay
or they're racist.
Or they're racist.
Yeah, that's why,
or they're both.
Or both.
Yeah.
You know, my thing has always been, whatever y'all niggas, that shit ain't affecting my house.
Yeah, just don't.
That's always been my thing.
Just don't. I mean, if you don't like me, fine. You don't like me because I'm black. That's cool.
Either way, none of that shit that they do affects me.
Just don't get in my way. Don't fuck what I gotta do. Don't fuck what I gotta do for my family or my people. Because then when you do that, then we got problems.
Exactly.
So one time for the high to go get it.
Yeah. That was when we were young.
That's when we were young. Yeah, that's when we was like what, preteen playing games like that. I was like what, 10, 12 years 11, old. 12. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So this nigga here talking about he like boys. He still do.
Yeah, he still do.
They give you the opportunity to go chase the girl. You go chase the boy.
They gonna chase the boy. No, while we chasing the girl, he running around chasing behind the boys. And we think he probably think the boy probably think the girl touching him. It's his ass.
Yep.
He touching him.
You know, JD stands for just dicks.
Yep. You nasty motherfucker. You a pedophile. That's a pedophile right there.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Wouldn't be surprising. Mm-hmm. But hey, guess what? Trump was hanging with Epstein.
Yeah.
So I mean,
hey, it's only a matter of time before it's all linked. If there is stuff to be linked. But yo, let's go ahead and keep it moving.